Might get their ass bust.
Like ever. Like ever.
Yeah, I'm on the spot. It's a random over here on the spot. Y'all just gonna skip past me and shit? Oh, Mook ain't in this party.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Darnold on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Detroit! On 2nd and 10, Darnold is going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff. And his first look is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon.
Oh,
Nice job getting 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
3rd and 2, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled on that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Detroit! Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own
That
defense.
dude fast
Those
as
guys
hell,
are sitting
Drew.
back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And avoids the contact by sliding. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A first down throw, Darnold. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead air.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Tyler Davison breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Come on
The
around here,
Rams
man.
offense now, they get set
Yeah,
and head
come on,
back
man.
onto the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the
Yeah,
season that
man.
they had hoped. So let me
I
ask
need
you to
some
play
damn
GM,
W.
where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft,
Wow.
think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people
What?
always end up winning games
Send it
for
to me.
you.
Let me get it. I ain't get it.
Go, Salad. 180.
All right, yeah.
On first down, it's gone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well,
None.
that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of
About
up for
7
grabs,
games,
and it's
man.
going to
You
come
gotta
down the
win
hands of the
again.
wrong team.
That's why
Now
I'm
the
be
Saints
fucking with this
offense,
shit.
they get ready to go back to work here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
I done got on with Random every time. Got my ass beat.
Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the
Well,
second
we got
one.
this,
Now
though.
they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of
Who's that
downs.
YFA?
Now, Barney.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
Now, lucky 56.
And that means it's a sudden
Lucky 56.
change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Stop, Jordy.
That's it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
From the gun, Boyer. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down.
That's bullshit.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Come on, baby. I had him. What? What's up?
Here we go.
What up?
Hey, boys, got four. One's yours.
What to the
One's yours.
floor? Yeah.
To throw on second down is gone. And a right side completion here by LaFell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40.
Oh my God. That's my bad right there, man.
What did you just do?
That's my bad. That shit was a green light behind the basket. Come on, man. They hating on me. Yeah, he was on it.
Yard line.
Shot. Oh, man.
180.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing underneath for Gordon.
Whoa.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Get out of
And
here,
the completed
cuz.
pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Okay.
From the gun, here's Goff. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And they can't bring
You
it
can't
down.
outrun Jared Goff,
So
bro.
that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Bang on me.
Out onto the field
Man,
comes
is
New
it.
Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
That's bullshit. Good shot to kill. This is
Operating from the gun. Boyer. Escaping the touchdown, and the New Orleans Saints put 6 up on the board.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
bang. My bad.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
Right.
And that'll
Yeah,
carry over
indeed.
the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot
My
of the
bad.
teams script
Oh.
plays. We know that, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have a script to start the
Yeah.
ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
That's a pick. Ooh. Good shot. Damn. I don't even feel it.
Here's Goff now on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. Third down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Andy.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency
shit.
quite a bit. But
Got my
in the
first
second quarter,
dub.
a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
12. Not 180.
My boy ain't no slouch.
Shotgun snap for Goff. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror. I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. On 1st and 10, Boyer. Rifles one,
Oh
it's
my
intercepted.
gosh.
Picked off by Ronald
I
Darby.
didn't know you was going to go on this family.
And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
That's a
So the
terrible
first
throw.
interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
What a foul. Oh.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated offense. He doesn't care at this point. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Here's Goff. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
I hate it. They hate it on my
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught by Nelson left side. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Looking to throw. Boyer. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Alvin away and bring up second down.
Oh, shit.
Back to the air on second down. Boyer flush to his right. And he'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. That'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Good shot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again. Boyer. And Nelson's got it here right side.
Oh, damn.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. Boyer.
Oh, good dude.
Got some real estate inside
Oh,
the
damn.
30. And with
Damn,
1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field
Got
goal
him.
before intermission.
Clear out. I cleared this shit out of both of you.
So with 1 second left in the
And
half,
killing
on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And McManus able to put it through. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with the NBC Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Now it's Wilson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, boys, got four down. Cut. 180.
On second down, here's gone. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Oh, shit. See? That's what I'm talking about.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Throw it down. Damn.
Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Minka Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burton. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And, his first carry, he loses the football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
Mm-mm.
Man.
DC.
See how y'all do? Playing around.
They'll run it
Let
now
these,
out of the gun.
let these suckers
And he'll
get a
get this one
goddamn
down to
number.
about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third
Y'all
quarter.
missing them down in the paint by
abandon the
myself.
running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially
What you about to
deeper
jump
in
on the
game.
black out?
Call. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First target, first catch, and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Goff now looks to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Gostkowski the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
To throw is Darnold. Lets it go for Nelson.
Darnold, oh my
So
God.
he took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold throwing for his running back. And he's
Even
got it
that throw, bruh.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7,
Dog.
and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's caught. Nelson. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, Darnold. Steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way.
All right, partner, this is where I get to show my age. Because I remember when the strip sack kind of came into vogue, where defenders were taught not just to make the tackle, but do that little extra, try and jostle the arm of the runner and knock it free. And that's what we just saw there.
Following the fumble recovery. Goff. Caught left side Hopkins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
4 down. Cut. 180. Mike, 56, right there, 56. 12.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches. And if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Gun!
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. J.J. Nelson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance.
What you doing, bro?
Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
12. 180.
Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, Because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. You don't want none of that. Give me, pick up the ball.
Here's Darnold now on second down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Darnold now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So the long and
Can't you stop running, bro?
to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman.
Cam Robinson, you are
and they have it at the
garbage,
38-yard line. That's
I
now
swear.
a 2nd interception in as many weeks
swear
from
you
his
garbage,
linebacker
bro.
position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation.
Yeah, somebody
Is he
wanted
spot
to trade
dropping
for you.
because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any
I have
event,
no
great
idea why I
eyes,
didn't do
head
that
on a
trade,
swivel,
'cause you
and
are some
excellent
garbage.
hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Lift! 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 Lift!
After the interception, here's Goff. And Jones has it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
17. Go, Salah. 180.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now it's Darnold. And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Darnold from the gun. Buying time to his left. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Patriot! Detroit!
A first down throw, Darnold.
Oh, my gosh.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Second down and 10, Darnold. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Whoa,
so
that's a
17 seconds
touchdown.
now on the clock here.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. 56. Hot.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for New Orleans, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss here is their 10th of the season. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.